What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I'm having a wonderful day. Guess what? No coffee ads today. That's right. So I appreciate everyone who supported up to Father's Day. We're busy fulfilling all of your orders. Now, that said, we've got to talk about Bud Light because it's a daily bit now on this channel, and there's always a new article. And the level of desperation that the media is now going to gaslight, to lie, try and take away the power that the boycott has is hilarious. The amount of articles now coming out saying, well, geez, I don't know. It probably wasn't the non-woke boycott against Bud Light that hurt its sales. You're never going to believe the headline that I just saw. It's absolutely hilarious. I love to check in. By the way, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe down below. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. YouTube makes my videos very hard to find. I only grow because of all of you, and I hope I earn your subscription today. And on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey too, wherever you're watching. Checking on the Bud Light YouTube channel, it has now been over 1 month since they uploaded anything. Now, it isn't that uncommon for them to go long periods of time without uploading, to be fair. But they have turned the comments off. And that is not something that they've always done. They just turned the comments off on that video. After getting absolutely destroyed, they finally turned the comments off. Let's check in on their Twitter handle. Bud Light, with 320,000 followers, has not tweeted a single thing since April 14th. We are now in a 2-month blackout. For a company that's entire existence, for a Twitter handle, for its entire existence is to advertise their product, they have not tweeted a single thing, and their last tweet currently has 33,000 replies to a paltry 5,000 likes. Absolutely living scared. This on top of yesterday, Bud Light being reportedly having lost its top spot in the American beer market. And now you're starting to see these articles kind of shift. Right now it's evil people. After inciting conservative boycotts and bigotry, Bud Light loses its top spot among American beers. Well, this is just, proof that everything SJWs and woke weirdos say is true about this country. It's full of hate. Everybody's so very angry. But for more than 2 decades, Bud Light has been America's top selling beer. This is a 20-year run over from sending a single can to a single moron. Recent turmoil for the brand has caused it to lose its top spot. In early April, the company contracted, literally it should be contracted like a disease, actor Dylan Mulvaney for a very small social media campaign consisting of just a few posts. In celebration of the influencer's 1-year anniversary of transitioning, Bud Light sent Mulvaney a one-off commemorative can featuring the likeness of Dylan's face. Now, to be clear, this was allegedly, so after this happened, Bud Light came out and said, oh, no, Bud Light didn't do that. A third-party ad agency did that. We fired them. Oh, but also we fired our VP of marketing, and we fired her boss. Heiner Schneid, the one that came out and said, Bud Light drinkers are fratty and lowbrow, that they needed to change their image if they were going to continue. Not that the 20 years being the number one selling beer, that didn't prove that their marketing worked. No, you have to change it because that's what happens. These rich kids, by the way, this woman went to Ivy League University, was born rich, never had to struggle, and clearly understood middle America. But that's neither here nor there. This is the Gen Z or the part of the millennial group that are dumb. Millennials that watch my video are not. This is their entitlement, right? This woman had never earned a thing in her life. Was like, oh, you know what? Bud Light's the number one beer because it has beautiful women in bikinis and like fighter jets and this and that, things Americans love. Let's get rid of that. Let's make sure we get rid of that because that's fratting out of touch. I know we're number one in the country by a wide margin, but ick. That's misogynistic. The article continues, when Bud Light eventually issued a tepid "can't we all drink together" response, it only angered conservatives more while simultaneously invoking criticism for not disavowing the bigotry in their campaign the campaign had inspired. The same week, Ted Cruz announced that he proposed a Senate probe, and the Human Rights Campaign let Anheuser-Busch know that their corporate equity index score, this is their woke, score, had been suspended effective immediately. The index rates company based on their commitment to LGBTQ safety and equality. Why does that even exist? You know what I want to know? If you're making a food product, is your facility clean? Do you take care of your employees in particular? Do you use potentially? I'm curious. What you do to cancel out the pollution that your company puts out. These are things that I think most people understand and support. Not, hey, do you pander to 1/10 of 1% of your employees? I need to know about that before I drink your beer. The index rates, okay, so given the still simmering controversy, it's not really surprising that a new beer had dethroned Bud Light. According to Nielsen data analyzed by Bump Williams Consulting, Modelo now controls 8.4% of the U.S. grocery, convenience, and liquor stores, while Bud Light fell to only 7.3%. As the Associated Press reported, David Williams, Bump Williams Vice President, Analyst of Analytics and Insights, said that U.S. sales slumped 24% the week ending June 3rd, while Modelo was up 12%. However, it's no great loss to Bud parent company Anheuser-Busch. They also own Mexican brewer Grupo Modelo, Cope. This is all Cope. This is saying, yeah, well, we're still winning. We're still winning, so we're still winning. You're not, though. Hey, remember when Bud Light boycott was supposed to pass quickly? Remember when the conventional wisdom about Bud Light boycott was that it was minor online activist-driven controversy that would have few, if any, real-world effects? Good times, as they used to say in those Saturday Night Live sketches making fun of NPR. I'm so old I can remember when I was being told protests are febrile and storms often pass rapidly as they've erupted. In late April. Now, as our Caroline Downey reports, Modelo Especial overtook the brand as a top-selling U.S. beer company in May, and Bud Light distributors are lamenting to Wall Street Journal, "Our year is screwed." The sense that storms often pass as rapidly as they've erupted may well be true in the sense of some corners of corporate America appear to be losing interest in the trendy progressive causes as quickly as they embrace them. The Wall Street Journal's report, companies quiet diversity and sustainability talk amid culture war boycotts. Yes, the number was nearly 50% fewer mentions. Bud Light Target and a new era of corporate caution, laments New York Magazine. In an article, political scientist and management scholar Daniel Diermeyer warns companies, "I think this is really treacherous territory because there are so few issues right now where there is a consensus. The temptation to lean in on political debates is non-trivial, but it can really come back to bite you." I mean, well, yeah. You have all these, the threats and stuff like that going on with Target, and, this is nuts. Bud Light, America's top beer for decades, falls to second following LGBTQ plus marketing criticism. We already know about that. Let's look at another excellent piece of copium. Bud Light has been targeted. This is a Washington Post, left-leaning, trash outlet, right? Bud Light has been targeted by a recent boycott, but consumers might be moving away from the brand anyway amid stagnation for domestic beer in general. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't probably the most well-coordinated, well-timed boycott in non-leftist history. It's that people are just switching, to fancy microbrews. Except this is entirely debunked by the fact that there is a near mirror image of the loss in sales of Bud Light and the gain in sales from Modelo, Coors, and Miller Lite. They're not moving to craft beers. They've moved away from Bud Light. You see some of the replies. Next month, same author. Target has seen a record reduction in sales, but their shoppers have been progressively moving towards Walmart anyway. Redheaded Libertarian, sure, Jan. I mean, like, the it's not happening to, yeah, it's happening and it's actually a good thing principle got lubed up, I see. So they first say it wasn't happening. Now they're saying, well, yeah, it is happening, but it's actually good for us. Sure, Jan, Cope, garbage article. I mean, absolutely destroyed. Is this the Babylon Bee? The Cope is so real with Washington Post. Bud Light was always trash. Nice try. Is this double speak? Lies on lies, Cope. I mean, everybody in this, I mean, it is absolutely hilarious. The number one beer brand for 20 years drops its position after just a colossal branding failure by an extremist woke lord. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. I mean, and the article itself is even more, like, who even reads this? I guess I do. I prefer to make fun of it. Is that what everybody reads this? You know, is this why yeah, I'm going to pay the Washington Post. Get out of here. Your article, the faster your publication goes out of business, the better for the world. Bud Light has been targeted, but consumers might be moving away anyway. I mean, this article is actually full of lies. We know for a fact that people are making the move from Bud Light to Modelo Especial to Miller Lite to Coors Light. This is a fact. And the fact that they're trying to cope and be like, well, actually, people are really just moving to craft beers. Get out of here. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.